Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the DR, IDR using ICT concepts, the weekly review on the 5-minute chart for October 30th through November 3rd. Alright, so let's put the markings on the chart here. And this is Monday. Okay, Monday. We have price confirmed at 10:40 and the 11 o'clock hour it comes up and we have two fair value gaps right here. We also have an order block right here. So if we take an order, we have max 5 stops, or 5 handle stop loss, and so it has to go above the second PD array, right? The second fair value gap by 1 tick. So that's where we'd have to enter there. We couldn't enter here because it would trigger our stop. We had to be above the first one, so that's where we go. Now on our rules, we target 5 stop loss and we aim for 15. When we do that, at 9 handles, we can take a partial and move our stop to break even. So this one we would be 9. It actually goes down to 11 or 12 right here, but we don't get 15. So you'd get 9 handles and you'd go to break even. So that's where you'd go break even. Now, if you re-entered here, I don't think you would. You'd get stopped out if you would have entered there because the wicks did the damage there, unless you went off the order block. But if I took 9 handles and I break even, I'm not entering a second time. Okay, so this is how Drew would have traded Monday. Would have gone here, 9 handles, break even. Would have gone to 12, but I wouldn't have hit 15, so it would have been break even trade and a partial. Okay, so 9 for Monday and break even. Tuesday we have confirmation at 10:50, and then we just kind of get this lethargic, retracement here. Okay, but what do we have? We have a fair value gap right here. And then what else do we have? Well, we have a fair value gap way down here, right? So when it came down to this first fair value gap, we take our trade, 5 handles. Now this candle right here was close, but doesn't take you out. And so you do get your 15 handles on Tuesday. All right, so we've got 9 on Monday and 15 on Tuesday. Wednesday. There you go. Wednesday. We get confirmation at 10:40. And price comes down. Here's a fair value gap. Here's a fair value gap. And again, our stop has to go below the first one. So this is where we can enter for 5. And we really don't get anything. It just takes us out. I mean, we lose 5 handles there. So we're -5 for Wednesday. I have noticed something that you might want to watch when you're backtesting and you look at your losers, or the things that you lose. When you have a confirmation and an immediate rejection from that, with a engulfing candle, with a railroad tracks, and it just immediately rejects, a lot of times those are your losers. And you need to really be at least in the 50% range to take a trade to go in that direction. It's going to pull back more than what it should. Usually if you look at your winners, they actually go up higher and then retrace a little bit. When it just does this confirmation and immediately rejection and engulfing bigger candle, that's a loser right here. So if you look at that, let's go back to Tuesday real quick. Tuesday, you had a thing here and then you immediately reject. Where's our trade? Around the 50% mark, right? And it trades and it works out. So just kind of noticing that little observation. I haven't actually changed the rules on it yet, but it's coming closer to doing that. Here's Thursday. See if we get a confirmation at 10:35, and you see the next candle is still going in that direction, and then we get the pullback. That's what I really like to see. Now we have 2 PD arrays here, 2 fair value gaps, but they're not right next to each other. They're kind of in there, so I kind of want to have a little bit more in this one, but I can't wait to have this whole one because it's almost 5 handles. And so you got to try and get in on the first one. If you took in right at the first fair value gap at the top, you still would have been 1 tick safe. But if it's like this, usually I'll try and follow it down, and before it starts pulling back, I'll try and get in to try and get the lowest entry possible. So let's just go here. It doesn't really matter. And you get 15 handles. Okay, so that's Thursday. Friday, NFP day, right here. And then we don't get a confirmation until 12:20. And then here's your first fair value gap, and that doesn't come into this fair value gap until 1:20, and we're done by 1:30. So this is a no trade setup day. We want to get into a trade before 12:30, and we don't even get confirmation until almost 12:30. So we wanted to get in long before 10 to 1:30. So no trade set up on Friday. So that gives us 34 handles for the week. And that is your DR IDR using ICT concepts, the weekly review on the 5-minute chart for October 30th through November 3rd.